Because even when you find happiness, it always comes with a level of insecurity, a sadness that you're going to be parted with it sooner or later. So for instance, if you're an atheist, and I give you a beautiful wife, woman, child, career, hobby, it's going to be harder to let go at the moment of death. Mm-hmm. If I gave you a horrible life, you'd be like, look, death is around the corner. You see death as a good thing now. Maybe having a horrible life made death easier for you.
There's always hope.
There's always hope, but somebody who has a mentality that he's atheist, mm-hmm. in my opinion, can never really truly enjoy the human experience. Why? Because death will sour it all, so to speak. Mm-hmm. Because so what? Because this is what inevitably leads you to nihilism. If you're very intelligent and you're atheistic, you're headed down a path that we call nihilism. And to this date, I know a lot of you are going to be like, no, not me. No. To this date, nobody has ever given us a solution to nihilism. To this day. You know, Nietzsche tried with the Overman. There's many philosophies out there that have tried. People still suffer from nihilism.
Define nihilism.
Nihilism is that there's no meaning to life. Nihilism is there's no meaning or purpose to life.
You're an accident?
You're an accident. So what if your children survive and procreate? So what if you survive and reproduce? So what? It's all for nothing. Your life is a blink of an eye. Mm-hmm. You're just as insignificant as the ant you stepped on. You didn't stop and bury him and have a ceremony. So what if you live or die? So what if you get cancer or not? We don't care. There's no point in caring. It's all just so temporary. However, this is the burden of a very intellectual human being. They'll understand. They can look back at the world and say, so what? However, this is the fate of somebody who believes this life is all there is, mm-hmm. which is also illogical and unscientific as well. Unscientific, and I can say that as confidently as anything else. And if people are going to jump out of their seat now and say, how could he say that? Because you have a weak understanding of science. If you think it's unscientific, it's because you have a weak understanding of science, not a strong understanding of science. If you're a scientist, that doesn't make you a philosopher of science. Because what people don't understand is philosophy is based on history. Philosophy is the belief that the future will behave like the past. If we're talking about empiricism, science, is the belief that the future will behave like the past. I know it's a little bit weird, but this is the philosophy of science. Now, your history of life is that you came from a non-living entity. So let me give you a Socratic example. I'll make it really simple. Yeah, really, really simple. If I say, Eddie, you woke up at 7 o'clock, if it's a fact, that means at 6:30 you were doing what? Or 6:59, you were doing what? You were sleeping. To wake up, you had to be sleeping. Mm-hmm. If I say, Eddie, you fell asleep at 9 p.m., that means at 8:59, I'm alleging you were awake. To fall asleep, you have to be awake. If I say, Eddie, you've grown, that means before you were smaller. Generation comes from its opposite. So for you to grow bigger, you have to first be smaller. For you to go smaller, you first have to be bigger. It's undeniable. We cannot deny that the opposites are generated from one another. You were born on a particular day. Yeah?
Yes.
So before that, you were what? Some people hesitate here. They want to say I was non-living. Non-living is just a semantic for dead. You were non-living. You came to life. That's why Allah says in the Quran, when one person asks, will Allah raise us from